Oh, this guy is playing Minecraft. Hello, Fremigo. Next day, I'm opening my OnlyFans. How is it even related? Cause you're moving from WoW to Minecraft. Development to Minecraft. I still can see it. If I'm not mistaken, Minecraft was one of the first things I've been streaming. I found a really good map for embedded system engineer. Map? What do you mean? Like roadmap? Escalation upon escalation. Don't get me wrong, Minecraft is much better than WoW. How do I do that? Can I? Yeah, I can. I got too excited and I said Minecraft is more than WoW. I love Minecraft, okay. Base statement. Yeah, it's basically roadmap.sh, isn't it? I mean, it has the same design, but I guess it's not the same, right? It should be called like IoT, right? Or I don't know, embedded. No. IoT. No. No, this has everything, the resources required to read it. Okay, don't yell at me. You have ADHD, I have the Bro, thanks for the diagnosis. Okay, this roadmap is designed to help beginners aspiring to build a career in embedded engineer developer. Okay, as well as assist current practitioners in expanding their skills. Okay. Embedded engineer demands a wow, it's so interesting to read what it demands. What is embedded system? Wow, there is like a standard for defining embedded systems. Computer system that is part of a large system and computer system that is part of a large system and perform some of the... What? Okay, how do you define computer system? Like, is it related only to hardware or it also can be a software? Can a virtual machine be a computer system? I would say yes, why not? Is it embedded? Probably not. Or is it? If you write the same code as for embedded, computer system is its hardware. Can you prove it? Like, the point that computer is because it computes, right? And system is because it's some system, obviously. So, virtual machine, it computes and it's a system. But what's wrong with my hair? Is it okay? Good enough. Why are we going into the philosophy? Never mind. This is part of large system and performs some of the requirements of the system. For example, computer system used in an aircraft or rapid transit system. Okay, the hardware and software of an embedded system are usually minimized and optimized for specific functions. Yeah, true. The embedded system includes at least one microcontroller. Is it like one microcontroller, one microprocessor? What's the difference? Isn't like microcontroller just an abstraction on top of CPU or small CPU? Microprocessor. It's some I don't know, like, I'm not an expert, but it seems like some shitty definition, like, it says nothing. Like, in my understanding, microcontroller is like, okay, so here's microcontroller, right? Right in my keyboard. And basically it's just a PCB with a CPU on it. So in other words, it's just a CPU. Okay, so the PCB just allows to power it. Am I wrong? Okay, what is microprocessor? Isn't it just basically CPU? So say... Okay, honestly, I can handle it. A digital signal processor. I explain it. Don't yell at me. Microprocessor consists of only a central processing unit, whereas microcontroller contains a CPU, memory, I/O all integrated into one chip. But it says like one microcontroller, microprocessor, or digital signal processor. Oh, okay, so it's like parentheses are here, right? So it's microcontroller and microprocessor or digital signal processor. But aren't they like the part of microcontroller? What's the point of saying that? It seems like... Okay, is a system designed to optimize reliability, cost, size, and power saving for applications. Wow. Make it embedded system book. An embedded system is a large system and purpose built for its application. Okay. Okay. Should I read everything? Wait. Physical systems that employs computer control. Okay, embedded system is a system in which... Okay, actually, I'm curious about short definition. A physical system... Okay, physical system, by the way. That employs computer control for a specific purpose, rather than for general purpose computation, is referred to an embedded system. So, if your chip is powerful enough to run Linux, it's no longer an embedded system, right? Because at this point it's general purpose computation. Or am I wrong? Analog devices glossary. An embedded system is a system in which computer, generally a microcontroller or microprocessor, is included as an integral part of the system. Often the computer is relatively invisible to the user without obvious applications, files, or operating systems. Examples of products with invisible embedded systems are the controller that runs microwave? Oh, okay. Or engine control system for modern automobile. Okay. Okay, roadmap. You can handle it, man. I believe in you. Okay, roadmap. Can I open it? It's like... Open link, new tab. I can just... Seriously. Why? Oh, yeah, my bad. No, not my bad. Why can't I scale it? I'm about to go fucking crazy. Okay, it's plus, right? It's plus. Okay, never mind. I'll just download it. Is it macOS? Brave? Or what is it? Embedded System Engineering Roadmap. Required recommended possibilities. C. Required. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, going to download it just to scale it. Bro! I have no other options. Like, it leaves me nothing, you know? I tried everything. It just says, now you can't. The only option is to download it. Either way, you're fucked. That's it. So... Yeah. macOS. I'm using Arch, by the way. Bro, I just wish I had enough money to buy framework, really. Actually, I'm not sure. Like, I really wish I had framework, but I'm not sure if I'm okay with this battery life, because it's better in pretty much every way. However, there are two things. It costs pretty much like my current computer, even a bit more, like when I bought it, and it has just a little bit higher performance, while being less power efficient. But on the other hand, it's just fully open and I can upgrade it permanently. Oh, and also, like 8 gigabytes of RAM is just, it's just awful. I hate it. Like, it like not enough for anything. I also really want to run LLMs locally, like Qwen 3. Okay, like 30 billions. It's basically on par with GPT-4o. It's better than GPT-4o. And it runs locally on 32 gigabytes of RAM. Isn't it insane? Yeah, there is another option. I can buy 128 gigabytes of RAM and run this huge model. No, there's just something magical about running LLMs locally. Okay, let's get back to this roadmap. Where do I begin? Okay, start. Electronics, basic math and calculus. Calculus? Like, I have no idea what calculus is. It's not like I tried to find out what calculus is. I just hear that it's... Okay, I know that something that Newton has invented, something that I heard how difficult it is and so on, but I never use it. Like, calculus is a mathematical study of continuous change. So it's derivation, right? It's the same way that geometry is a study of shape. Mathematical study, so it's a branch of science. I thought calculus is more like an equation. We had advanced calculus. I love calculus. So nice. How do I even use it? Like, really, in real life? Okay, so sometimes obviously you can come up with something, but really, like, I want to write a virtual machine for my simple English. Am I gonna use it? I strongly doubt it. But I'm curious what is that? Write a compiler with an assembly. Technically, calculator is a compiler. So I can do that. Calculus is a mathematical study of continuous change in the same way that geometry is the study of shape. Okay, and algebra is a study of generalizations of arithmetic operations. So it basically says that calculus is just a branch of mathematics. Oh, I didn't know. What a great addition. I'll stop bullying it. So, like, you state that you're officially bullying me, right? Originally called my brain just stops to proceed it. Like, okay, it's infinite, right? Infinitesimal and infinitesimal. Ain't no way I'm gonna read it. Translate .google.com. Okay.
Infinitesimal.
Oof.
Infinitesimal.
Infinitesimal?
Infinitesimal.
Infinitesimal?
Infinitesimal.
What a strange word. Who has come up with such ridiculous word? Originally called I forgot how is it pronounced. Let's
Infinitesimal.
infinitesimal. It's like two words. Infinite. Infinitesimal. Like it's infinitesimal, right?
Infinitesimal.
Infinitesimal calculus or the calculus of infinitesimals. Whoa, now I'm curious. In mathematics, infinitesimal number is a non-zero quantity that is closer to zero than any non-zero real number is. Okay, I see. Okay, I see. So it's basically zero. The word infinitesimal comes from a 17th century modern Latin. I don't care, honestly. Infinitesimal do not exist in the standard real number system. Whoa, but they do exist in other number systems such as surreal number system and the... Whoa. We're diving deep. Wow, that's pretty. -1, 1. What are those binary trees doing here? Wait. Okay, so it gets close to zero, right? And there is something happens to it. And here it's an infinity, right? Two divided by 3? What the hell is it doing here? Okay, it's minus infinity and plus infinity, right? Why? What am I even looking at? So real number. In mathematics, this real number system is totally ordered proper class containing not the only real numbers but also infinite and infinitesimal numbers, respectively large or smaller in absolute values than any positive real number, respectively larger or smaller than in absolute values than any positive real number. But why can it be? Researcher on the Go end game. It's like, oh, okay, it's not. That is the original definition and construction. Okay, that's too much for me to handle. What is calculus? It has two major branches. Differential calculus. Oh, yeah. We learned this in school. But what calculus has to do with it? And integral calculus. Okay, the former concerns instantaneous rates of changes and the slopes of curves. Calculus is used heavily in computer science. Wait till you go to university. I'm leaving university, bro. I already went through it. Like, okay, like, when I was entering the university, I assumed that it's pretty likely that there is gonna be nothing new for me. Like, it is gonna be math, which, like, don't get me wrong, I find math really interesting. However, there are just a lot of things that are much more interesting for me. That's what I can tell, and I would just prefer to build projects in programming using my communication skills are just going down. Okay, so I would much rather prefer learning something about programming than math. That's the point. And in the university, there is just absolutely nothing new about math, about programming for me. And the program, honestly, just feels kinda odd about programming. And I don't feel like I'm really into investing my time into math, so I'm leaving it. I was ready for that, but I was thinking like, okay, but the major benefit of the university is that there are gonna be a lot of people who are like the same as me. So we all be fans of technologies. We'll have a lot of in common. We will have a lot to discuss, to argue which programming language is better and so on. So, some funny silly things. Turns out it's absolutely not the case. Like, genuinely, there are just so few genuinely interested in this field people. Like, most of them just came to learn all the questions from the exam, pass it, and forget about it. Like, okay, it sounds kind of rude, but it's my expression. They really don't care about technologies, and it just upsets me. Look at my new setup because I'm going next year basically. So I have officially transmitted myself to Linux for now because this is my bro. We agreed on macOS. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Because this is my last year with my PC and I'm gonna miss it. Oh, you mean? Wait, I don't understand. So it's last year with your PC, so it's last year with Linux too, or like? Okay, it's Ubuntu, right? I really love. Actually, I don't really love. I think those things they should be deprecated because you can just do something like that and type everything you want. How is it called? It's called Rofi, right, for Linux? Yeah. This is GoTo. You probably know that, right? Yeah, it's such superior experience, and it takes active space, which I don't really like. But Topbar, I like it. It looks good. I'm not gonna be able to take my PC. I customized i3 for the past 3 days, but not anymore. I customized i3 for past 3 days, but not anymore. I don't get it. I'm gonna use the D. Okay. I don't know, like, not having tile in Windows is like ridiculously slow. Like, it feels so inefficient, I just can't use it. If there is no tile in window manager, it's like, I'm not gonna use it. I tried. Like, you can do this with extensions, but turns out I really wished I could use GNOME with Tiling extension. But turns out all the extensions are written in JavaScript. So GNOME basically has a JavaScript API, and every time you load at least one extension, it spin up a whole V8 in the background which works 24/7. You know, I'm like sitting and trying to get it through my head and just going insane, really. Then I'm like thinking, okay, GNOME is so shit. Like, to run extensions, I have to run V8 in the background all the time. What a man has came up with it. I'm moving to KDE. Guess what? It's the same scene. Like, they also have extensions and they also run in V8. Like, it's just insane. Yeah, but I have ADHD and I'm not going to work. I know that. If I was still in i3. What do you mean? Like, you will infinitely tweak it? That what you mean? I wouldn't be on stream right now. I have 3 monitors, so I can use third one. But for now I'm using 2, as we discussed. I wouldn't be on stream right now. My ADHD looks for dopamine, that's why. Yeah, but there are like various ways to get dopamine. Like, this way you could just doom scroll TikTok and don't care about anything, but you don't do that because you know you can just isolate from it and get dopamine from other places, right? And customization is one of them. I don't use TikTok or Instagram. Yes, that's the point. Because you know that a huge source of easy dopamine which you don't need. The same way with customization, like just make like create a new user not which don't have admin access and place a random password on admin user so you just can't change your config. But the thing is that I prefer the simple setup. I am more efficient with this. I can see the gist with i3, but it kept breaking on me. Skill issue. Arch, by the way. Arch Linux. You know, NixOS just exists. So many times because of the NVIDIA drivers. Use Wayland. I couldn't even use Sway because of NVIDIA. Seriously? Ain't no way. Use AMD, by the way. And disabled it so many times, but it wouldn't work. i3 isn't related to what distribution you use, you dumbass. No. Don't twist my words. The point is that NixOS is deterministic, and like you change everything from the single source. One directory is a single source of truth, and if something goes wrong, you have a clear way to detect what is going wrong. And if everything works, it will work indefinitely. Like, is it what does indefinitely mean? It seems like a wrong word to use right now, right? No, it's wrong. Unconditionally, right? Or is it the same? Yeah. Sway, Italian video manager generally doesn't provide official support for NVIDIA drivers. Try Hyprland. Why some users have found ways to make it work with NVIDIA, the developers do not offer direct support and are not able to restore. Actually, like, even on my MacBook with Asahi Linux, I had much better experience with Hyprland than Sway. It just, Hyprland sucks on Ubuntu, spits on Ubuntu. Bro, just use NixOS, like really, just, and you will have no problems whatsoever. Like, I'm not even kidding, NixOS is just superior. After trying it, I see absolutely no way I'm going to any other distro. Like, maybe Arch. But no, I'm having a good time with GNOME. You're hating on me. You. Whatever. Okay. No, you can't. I thought you can make tiling in GNOME. You technically can, but it will require to run V8 in the background, which is ridiculous. So yeah. Why do you use Chrome? Okay, I guess it's just a matter of preference, right? It's not that bad. Wait, it's Chrome and not Chromium? You're a badass. You're a badass. It's a closed source software on the Linux. Well, you defeated the point of Linux, bro. Ew, I have a high-end PC. Shouldn't be an issue. This closed source, of course. Okay, I see. Bro, like, today was my interview. Technical interview with 2 rounds. And to connect to it, I was required to download Zoom. It felt so terrible. Like, I was looking for a way to sandbox it, to make it jail. But then macOS, I just hate it. So I basically just downloaded via Brew, and I feel awful because of that. I already feel like I have 2,000 bridges. What happened? I downloaded Zoom. How did it go? Oh, okay. It was okay. Like, where did I begin? So there were 2 rounds, as I said. First is algorithmic data structures, and second is concurrency. First, there was a problem. Write a function which gets 4 points, and you have to return if it's a square or not. So it's a relatively simple problem, but I had some wrong assumption from the beginning. Like, I was thinking that it's always aligned to the axis, so I thought you can just compare the coordinates, and if it pairs every time, so it's a square. But the point is it can be rotated, right? In this case, I thought like I can find distances and just compare the equal, but also I thought that the points can be in random order, which means I can randomly compare diagonals to the sides. So I iterated on that, and the whole solution was just basically checking all the distances and having 2 variables. First is for one type of lines, and second for the other type of lines. So basically for sides and for diagonals. We just compare with the first. If it's not equal and second is empty, we save it to the second. If it's not equal to the first or to the second, it's not a square. That's it. And now I also count the amount of them. So if it's 4 lines and 2 diagonals, it's a square. So it's a relatively easy algorithm. After that, there was an extension on this problem. Now I get any amount of points, and I have to print out the amount of squares they can form. I hope you get it. I wish you the best of luck with it. So, yeah, like, I don't know. It seems like everything went fine. Like, I solved everything. Obviously, he was giving me some clues. Like, at some point, especially about an extended path, I was thinking for way too long, so he was giving me some clues. Like, you have any amount of points, and you have to print the amount of squares. Like, the naive solution, obviously, is to make the pairs of 4s. Make the pairs of 4, so you just go through all the array, every single possible pair of 4, and just run the square check, which I wrote before. Yeah, and it's ridiculously inefficient. It's like n to the power 4. And I didn't solve a better solution, but then I figured out you can just take 2 points and treat them as a diagonal, right? So you take those points, you generate other 2 points from it. Like, if it's diagonal, you can calculate other 2 points. And then you just check if those 2 points in the array, and if they are there, that means it's a square. However, checking the array, finding those points in the array is also inefficient, so before that, you're creating a set from the array. So you're basically just making a set, a hash map, where you can immediately see if it's present in an array or not. And after that, you just generate other points, you check if they're in hash, in a set, and if they're there, you just count plus plus. However, the point is that every square has 2 diagonals, and at some point we will reach those 2 points, and they will also be in a set, so for every square we will count twice, so we'll need to return count divided by 2. And that's the solution. My brain is not breathing at all because I spent my day all day figuring polybarites read files. SWOT or whatever it's called, PCOM and many others. Now I'm only looking at you, all zoned out. I got like... Like, if at some point it becomes overwhelming, feel free to tell me. Oh. Why is it so bright? Theme, dark, let's go. My family have decided to not send me to Germany because of the language. Though I'm still going to apply, but they said you can learn the language. What about us? We want to settle in a country where it's not a specific language based. Me, oh, okay. Wait, my family have decided to not send me to Germany because of the language. Though I am still going to apply, but they said you can learn the language. What about us? Learn it too? Like, honestly, I feel kind of wrong judging your parents because, like, they're not my parents. They're old. I don't know, like, the more I think about it, the more it seems wrong to categorize people by age. Like, really, there are just so many great opportunities in any age. All people aren't flexible. That's because they believe they aren't flexible. Like, it's like telling that people never change. If you believe that people never change, obviously you will never change. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, really, but I guess setting those rules, you're just limiting yourself. Okay, we want to settle in a country where it's not a specific language base. I don't quite understand the statement. What we want to settle in a country where it's not a specific language based. But every country has its own language, or I'm not quite get it. They already know English. Okay, so they want me to English-based countries such as Canada, England. Okay, they are old. Old people are okay. Old people are not flexible. Equals lazy. I mean, I'm not old, but I'm also lazy. So. I mean, I can get it, maybe. Like, no, you are just you. No, you are just you. Lazy? Okay, like I can get it. I'm living in Czech Republic right now, but I have absolutely no, like, I understand Czech, but I speak really poorly in it because I just don't have practice, and I have absolutely no desire to get any practice because it feels, how can I say it? It feels like there is no point in doing it because I'm still using English much more heavily. You know, so it's just, I can, but I don't want to. Like, I learned it to the level to be able to comfortably, okay, not comfortable, but to be able to express any idea, but my family is extrovert. Social connections really matters to them. Them not knowing the language will cause issues for them, which will make them feel as isolated, and it's harder to make friends already, so you get why, I mean, yeah, I mean, I understand, yeah. I can get it. I don't know, like, it's, I just can't relate to that because I don't feel that that strong connection, that strong attachment to the parents. Like, I don't really care if we live in different countries. I don't think that's the problem. That's my personal opinion. Like, I understand that it's highly a scene of preference. That's why I can't relate to that. For us, we are young and flexible. We can learn languages, be dynamic. No, I don't agree with you. I actually don't agree with you. Like, thinking that way, you just dooming yourself to be inflexible in old age, just because you always believe that the older you are, the less flexible you become. I'm not buying that. Like, even if it's true, right? We assume it's true. It's just much more beneficial to not believe it. Like, to stay delusional. You always like, you always have to be a little delusional, you know, to keep going. Always. My opinion. Okay, so so what we have? Is it an arrow? Can I? Yeah, I can. Poink. Poink. I'm talking about the older people than us, to be honest. When we get old, we are going to be way different. Have you seen how different our generation is already acting from our parents? I mean, it's a hard topic to argue on. Like, I've never seen my parents in my age, you know? In a good way. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if you can, like, define a good way. I would say just different. You can find a good and bad way, I guess. Good and bad ways, I guess. But the point, what I was talking about? Yeah, it's hard to judge. Like, it's really hard to judge. Because who knows? Like, I can't prove that in the age of my parents I won't behave the same way, you know? And I can't know how they were behaving in my age. I can't trust what they will say because, like, it's how brain works. You just forget things, and more often you recall them, more distorted they are. So quite often people wrongly judge their past experience. As far as I know, pretty much all the time. Are you going to explain the question to me? If so, let me get ready. This feels like sex. Okay. Tell me when you're ready. Search engine, socials, email, Google, bank, programming, freelance, bot, education, huh? Okay, my bad. There was no education before. Learning That's what he said. These are folders. Ain't no way. These are bookmarks. Keep in mind. I don't know, like, it feels, they feel wrong. Like, why would you want them to be open all the time? To be on the screen all the time? Bookmarks have folders. Why would you want them to be on the screen all the time? Like, I don't know, first of all, I personally prefer tabs on the left, on the sidebar. They just take much less space. Yeah, they just take much less space, and it's not... Those texts are like, give you nothing. These texts on the... yeah. Because I use them a lot. Okay, but you can like... okay, never mind. I was thinking about, like, on a new page, I have a blank. You have a 1440p monitor. It's closed source Chrome, remember? Yeah, just use Brave, you know. I'm hate to be this man, but just use Brave. I don't like Brave. Use Zen browser. The sync system is bad. What do you mean? You can just ignore it. But also, what do you mean is bad? Is there any drama with the sync system? If you know, Arc browser is pretty much the same, but open source and based on Firefox. Remember, I'm using Linux. What's the problem? I have used Arc. It's open source. It works on Linux. Brave. Brave is open source and it works on Linux. This Vivaldi browser is bad. It never works for me. It's just overbloat, as well as Edge. Edge is also terrible. Chrome is good, but it's not good enough. Firefox, the same for Firefox. Also, it's ridiculous. Did you hear about? Okay, you watch Primature, so you you probably heard about Firefox drama, right? Prime time Firefox drama. I didn't like Arc because of how much it was bloating. It was messing my entire battery up. It's because, like, it feels wrong. Why would it? If it's a MacBook, right? Yeah, it can cause issues because it's not Safari. Safari is the most optimized. But it should not be that bad. Have you seen this one?
So last night, Shy now.
Like other companies, we don't sell your data. You're in control of what you see in your version. Also, exceptional performance. And 3 something. We promise never to sell your data, and then they just delete it. So you had the same issue. I'm talking about macOS. Okay. Nope, I haven't seen that one. Are you serious? It's just so ridiculous. Does Firefox have a person on that answer? Nope, never have, never will. And we will protect you from any.
Never will. Look at this.
Delete it. It's just so good. It's just so good. Okay. Are you ready for this one? Even though the Hulk has the same case. I'm not ready. Okay. I'll give you some time. I'm willing. Okay, so take 3 deep breaths and we are beginning. Automod held a message for a reason. Sex-based terms. Allow will post a chat. This feels like anal. Allow. This feels like anal. It's X's. You got this. I believe in you. Okay, so there are 4 points, right? Okay, it's gonna be a square. Some shitty square, but whatever. I'm saying it to myself, go ahead, I'm all ears. Okay. So, Y, right, and X. So we have 4 dots. How can we say if it's a square? So basically, what I thought at first is that there can be a case. It's only the case with such squares which are aligned to the axis, you know, so it's parallel to axis. In that case, you can just check if those pairs have the same x and if those pairs have the same y. However, it's not gonna work with square like this, right? And I have to include this in the case. In such situation, what we're doing? We are calculating the distance between all points. It's so bad. No, I don't want an arrow. Damn, it's so bad. Okay, never mind. I will just... So, you just connecting all the points, right? Because they have x and y axis, of course. Okay, whatever. So, yeah, we have those distances between all points. All you have to do is to count that there are 4 distances of one type and 2 distances of second type. And then it's a square. In any other way, it's not a square. That's it. Why is my English not English today? That's a typical problem of mine, so don't mind it. It's okay. I don't mind it. Don't care about it. Don't worry about it. Like, you see. Yeah, so that's how it works. Basically, what I was doing, I was just have 2 variables for the len. I was looking for first. If it's not equal to first, I was adding to the second. And if it's not equal to the first or second, it's just not a square, and I immediately return false. But if we count everything, there are only 2 type of lines. I count amount of every type, and if there is 2 and 4, then it means it's square. Then, second problem was to like find an amount of squares in all the dots. Like, how do I do that? Something like that, right? So there is like point, 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 point. Yeah, you see. I'm having a bad headache, that's why. So even though I said the word in my head, but I don't type it. Huh? Okay, never mind. By the way, I'm really curious. Do you have like regular headaches? Because I don't know, like it's such a rare problem for me. I don't know, you know, when you're typing something, you're saying it in your head, right? Quite often, I'm not saying it, I'm even saying it out loud, and it's such a problem. Like, I've noticed I've been in the university, and I've been like regularly typing my pseudo password to the terminal, and I was like, okay, my password, it was like literally spelling it out loud, and there are a lot of people around me, and I was like, shit, why am I doing this? It's like ridiculous. Let's just spell out every password I'm typing in. And I also thought about that, like, what the hell? Like, I'm about to start streaming and I still have that problem. It's gonna be just ridiculous. I will spell my single password right on my stream. Okay, let me read it until the end. Even though I was replying to you in my head, but I didn't reply properly while tapping. Okay, I see. I have a what? I say that in my head all the time, to be honest. Oh god, you're hacking yourself. Okay, let's get back. So, how do you know how many squares are there? One solution, the naive one, is to go through the pairs of 4. So we just take this, and then we check if it's a square. Then we taking this, and we taking this, and that way we are going through all the dots, all the pairs of 4 to check if it's a square. So its complexity is n to the 4th, which is just ridiculous amount of calculations, of compute. There are another solution with n square. Honestly, I would say it's probably n plus n square. I guess. My algo teacher will kill you. It was a naive solution. It's okay to start with naive solution. First thing, you do it right. Second thing, you do it fast. You know, there is only that order. Premature optimization is something I really struggle with, and it's something that kills me so often. Like you just can't solve it, and you just leave with nothing. You know, it doesn't work because you was trying to optimize it, and it not going fast because it even doesn't work. Optimization. I'm just playing with you. Yeah, I see it. Okay, so like on the interview, we came to the that it's n to the square, but after thinking that it's probably n plus n to the square, because in the first place we have to make a set out of the slice. So to make a set, you basically have to go through the whole slice, so it's an n. So you take the slice, right? You're making a set out of it, right? So after making a set, you can easily check, like, this dot, if it's present in a slice or not. So it's already on. After that, what we are doing? We are making a nested loop to go through all the pairs. For instance, we are taking this pair, right? 1 and 2, right? What we're doing next? We are assuming it's a diagonal. What we're doing next? We just generate those 2 points. So if we go in this way, we can generate those because it's a mess, like math, like not mess. 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 Okay. And after having those 2 points, we just check them in the set. You know, so we just poink, poink, and if they are present, that means we have a square, right? If we get this one, for instance, right? Here's the diagonal. We generate those points, and they are not in the set. And if they are not, it's not a square. That's easy. However, there is also one thing. Every square have 2 diagonals, so you will, for this diagonal, also generate those points, which we have already checked and added. So the square is already in the count. Because of that, you have to return count divided by 2. That's it. It was like pretty trivial solution. And because we first have to create set, then we have to get every pair. It's n plus n to the power of 2. Okay, that's it. Good job. Yeah, thank you. Like the extended, I'm proud of you. The extended solution. Like I was thinking for a really long time on it, and I was required to get a lot of cues to get it, to figure it out. Yeah, that's it. Concurrency, it was like there was 2 functions, like there was such a scheme. How do I call it? I don't remember how they were called. Like, you just make plan, you know. It's too small. Like, plan, and here we pass a function to execute. Plan 1, plan 2, plan 3. And here we go, like, trigger event. And after triggering an event, they should start working. So plan fn1 should be executed, fn1, so this one, fn2 should be executed, and this also should be executed, but only after that. And guess what I'm gonna do while watching this stream, cause I'm done for the day with my work and I have prepared for my quiz as well. I don't want to play games, so I'm gonna just do this while talking to you. Pimp your terminal! Shall I read? Poor you. Poor you. Okay. Okay. We're getting back. So, yeah, you basically just have to run them concurrently, you know, so it's safety. I've done the simple goal solution, but it was not what he was expecting from me. Like, he said, yeah, it's good, but I want to implement it from scratch, yeah? And I was really struggling. I was really unconfident because, like, he was from C++ background, I was from C, from Go, and he wanted me to create it via callbacks. Like, I generally like know what callback is, but I rarely use it. I have no idea how to implement it. Like, obviously, give me some time, I will figure it out. But as I've never been implementing them, it just required me to think through it really hard. But with some help with a lot of help from him, we went from the idiomatic Go solution to bare metal solution. I guess we can say it that way. So he will just like, okay, so what if we're gonna drop this part? Okay, what if we can do that? Okay, what if... And that way we just will move into the solution he wanted, and I made it. So I guess it should be counted as I done it, probably. Yeah, I get a lot of help from him, but I also created the idiomatic Go solution from the very beginning, so I guess it counts. It does count for sure. Yeah, I hope so. Like, obviously, like, at this point, I solved everything. Like, all the problems I solved. But I guess the point of interview is not in solving the problem, but seeing if you are understanding what you're doing, I guess. And in the first part, like, I've been totally understanding what I'm doing, but I was a bit, how can I say it? I'm focused, I don't know, I was like spread. I was thinking not in structured way, you know, so I was like... But I get it done. I guess first interview can be counted as done. And second, I was just really nervous because I don't know, like... It's cool, but if it's not how it is in Go, if it's not Go concurrency and you have to implement it from scratch, it's not hard, but the fact that I never did it was really stressing me out. That's it. Yeah, we'll see. I guess we'll see. Yeah, this thing about C++ people. Why are you insulting him like? I said nothing bad about him. How? Yeah, that's the thing about C++ people. They're just always better at this. Let's hack around everything stuff. Oh, okay, so you're not insulting him. Okay, my friend who has done competitive programming in C++. He literally solves technical interviews like he is food. It doesn't count for sure. It does count for sure. Okay, and I'll also take on this course for Linux. Do you know this one? Honestly, like, no, I don't. Like, I see no point in courses in Linux. Like, hear me out. What's the point? Like, Linux is something you're using. If you have to use a tool, you will learn how to use it. What's the point of learning the tools that you don't know if you'll use it? You'll use them. Like, obviously, I can learn all of that, but I would guess I know a big chunk of it just because I used Linux as my daily driver. So I just wanted to do things, and I was figuring out on the way how to do that and learning things. And I guess that's the most pleasant way, it's the most effective way to learn. I know that as well. This course is more aimed towards developers from what I have heard. Yeah, but if you will develop things, you will just figure it out, isn't it? Like, you know, that you need package processes, permissions, file system. I don't know, it's like really basic. Network sharing. Okay, like, I don't know about network API in Linux, but if you work with something that requires network API in Linux, you'll just, okay, I guess that's the point to learn it. That's it. You know? Like, I don't know, it's my opinion, obviously, but I guess it's pretty based. I don't see the point of learning things in advance. Or is it? Wait. Yeah, like, it's cool to learn various things, but it's hard to learn without practice. So you basically you should start with a problem first and only then start to learn it. It's better to know some stuff beforehand. It always have an embed in your hand, in my opinion. Having things that I thought were useless before, they have holes. Okay, yeah, I'm probably wrong about that, yeah. Actually, when I think about it. Like, you just have to be sure that that's something you need. Or is it? Yeah, okay, if you already know that you're working in embedded. I always do that. For example, I'm learning about networking, so I'll be using that for my necessary. Yeah, okay. Like, yeah. Like, I don't really like that approach, but okay, I can see why would you do that. Yeah. It's just not close to me. Okay, so that was the whole interview. So I'll focus on things that I know will be useful for me in the near future, and while just learning things for the fun of it, even though it might not be important to me, but it will just in back from okay, I mean, the main point is that it's fun. I would say if it's fun, it's absolutely good. I just don't have that fun of just reading documentation and doing nothing. I always want to touch it, you know, like to manipulate it. Yeah, that's the thing. I am learning it because I'm fun for me. Yeah. Same goes for embedded systems. Yeah, like, okay, you can argue that you read and you just execute, right? I don't know. Like, I'm much more used to go from the problem, you know, not learning all the solutions and then find how to solve which problem I can solve with them, but have a problem and look for all the solutions I can use to solve this problem. Like, that just makes sense to me. I think a balance is better. Good point, actually. Pretty base point, just an answer to everything, actually. Yeah, so that was interview. It's just 2 rounds. I'm waiting for their response, and after that, they're gonna be the last stage of the interview where I'll talk to the manager, which will how do I say that? Oh, my microphone is so low, you probably hear me so fucking bad. He will like understand if I'm good fit for the team. You can have 30-35 structure provided to you beforehand. Okay, and you can use a problem and use that to particularly understand what you learned. Yeah, that's why there is a tutorial hell. A lot of people stuck in that. I hope it goes well for you. Actually, it was a huge problem of me. Actually, you know, I guess a huge impact. Video tutorials is a huge impact to tutorial hell. Like if you reading it, it's not that satisfying. You can just like if you're watching videos, you are not forced to consume information. Like you're not forced to be active. So you can just watch video without putting too much effort into it. And at the same time, it validates you that you're learning. So you like do nothing wrong, but basically you're doing a lot of wrong. But when you read, at the point you have such fatigue that you just don't feel like absorbing information anymore, it just stops going to you. And because of that, you can't passively consume information, and it's just much harder to stuck in the tutorial hell when you use only text-based information. That's why I'm not learning Java from videos, I'm learning from here, right? Best course I have seen, check it out. I'm not sure I'm interested in Java, honestly. I heard so bad things about Java. Okay, I'll write Minecraft mods anyway. I'll at some point in my life, I'm sure I'll do that. But I guess I'll just like obviously having like how much 3-4 programming languages in my background, I should be able to learn it pretty quick. I'll also just use some LLMs and they will help me. Best course I have seen, check it out. Go to part 6-7. The 6th part of the course material handles objects consisting of objects. And we'll take a look at separating the text user interface and the programming logic. Okay, I don't really like it. Like, this is good, this is okay. Until they add inheritance. Like, the point there is inheritance, everything's fucked up. It's all documentation on videos, and some videos just used for references. Look at the exercises. Can I... Oh, it's so bright! Okay. Create new account, no thanks. I don't want, honestly. No, can you? Maybe I don't know, screenshot? Okay. 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 Use my account. I hope you will not type it in the chat, right? I hope you will not type it in the chat. Proceed with typing it in the chat. By the way. Okay, I'm not gonna show it on the stream because I feel it kind of wrong. I live in dormitory, right? Okay, I'll just open on the other screen and I will just copy the text. So that's the mail I got. How do I do that? Fuck. Okay. It's period from May 19 to May 30th, whatever. From 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. there will be an inspection of all rooms at FIS. It's like my dormitory before the end of the warranty period. Like, it already feels wrong from the very beginning, and they just say what will they check. But worse than that, in a mail, like the mail they send me, like when you get an email, there is two fields: from, like from, whatever, gmail.com, okay, from them, so it's their mail, and two, there is me, and there is basically several hundreds of other mails, so they basically just doxed everyone to me and me to everyone, you know. It's just ridiculous, like, I don't know. So there are just, I don't know, I just check, there is a huge list of every single mail, of all the mails of people who live here. Why are they doing that? I have no idea. Like, about that, we can speculate on that, but this one is just ignorance of, like, honestly, there is no other reason except the ignorance. That's insane. Yeah, like, I don't know. I feel really bad for the fact that we are living in a such time when technologies, like, literally define everything. Like, literally everything is controlled by, in some way, by technologies, and people just have no idea how to use them. Like, they just genuinely, I don't know, could have wrote a script to separately send emails. Yes, that's what my university does, because obviously they are not that ignorant. Like, when you get, I guess you can even do that without a script, you know. It should be, you didn't check the exercise. Don't yell at me. Okay, is it part 6? Yeah. Why is it so dark? Is it because of Dark Reader? Yes, it is. Oh, it's better now. NB. What does NB mean? I have no idea. By submitting a solution to a part of an exercise which has multiple parts, you can get part for this point. I don't care. The government restaurant. Government? What is government? There's a name? No, Unicave is a name. It would be capitalized, I guess. Nota bene, a Latin phrase meaning note well or take notice. Oh, okay, so it's like e.g., right? Like something granted, or how is it called? Or i.e., right? Never mind, you understand it. Okay. On the campus of the university, the chief knows about programming and wants the computer system to manage the menu. In this assignment, we'll implement the heart of the system, the menu class. The exercise template comes with the main class that you can use to test the menu. For the implementation of the menu, you will have the following boilerplate code. Okay. The menu object has an array list as an instance variable to store the names of the dishes on the menu. The menu should provide the following methods: add meal, print meal. It's like such an easy task. Adding meal, printing the meal, cleaning the food list. It's so easy, like. Okay, it's intended to be easy, I guess. This is still basic. If you go to part 11, 12, you're going to be like, huh? In the 11th part, you'll learn to decipher simple class diagrams. What does that mean? Okay, decipher, simple, class diagrams. What is class diagram? No, not literal diagram. Or, wait. Oh, here we go! we got back. That's funny. Class diagram is used to in designing. No, in class diagram. But what's the point? Like, that's the whole point? What's the point? Why would you do that? I have, like, it doesn't help you. At least for me. Check this out. I'm excited to get there. They're used in the industry. Bro, like, you know how many things used in the industry which are useless? Like, really. Like, really. Like, keep in mind, half of the internet uses JavaScript as the backend. Do you feel it? This awkward feeling. Data visualization. So it's basically like, I forgot how the leap in Python called. Arrays as least. Actually, it's not that bad as I thought it would be. Override. I hate, like, I know, it feels just wrong. Okay. I don't know, I don't feel like those diagrams would be so exciting. Like, if I was learning Java, the first thing I would do is write Minecraft mods. I will use learn CPP to learn C++. Why would you learn C++? I have a genuine question. Like, what's the point? Like, okay, don't get me wrong. There is nothing wrong about learning things. Like, embedded system, use C. Like, really, just use C. Like, you see that? Don't they know about the existence of C++? Of course they know. Do they want the overblown language? No, they don't. You know that the Linux kernel is operating system development, not embedded systems, yes? But, like, it doesn't change the take. The point is not that, like, it's not because it's an operation system, it's better to use C, and because it's embedded development, it's better to use C++. I'm talking about embedded systems. Yes, C, C++, both are used heavily in embedded systems. Yeah, but, like, personally, C is better than C++. Like, there are a lot of nice abstractions in C++, which I wish were in C. But generally, C++ is just such a mess, I would rather never use C++. Like, really. Like, with all those thousands of ways to make the same scene, like, every new version, they add like hundreds of new features which are like the same scene which are already there in the language. That just feels wrong. Yes, but I'm also interested in competitive programming, which is used a lot, so that's why it benefits me the most. If you're interested in competitive programming, like, okay, you can program, you can, like, take a part in competitive programming using C, obviously, but C++ is gonna be faster because of the abstractions, right? That's true. Embedded systems kernel. Okay, I mean, if you're doing competitive programming for yourself and not for ELA, you probably like, there's no problem with using C. Even the stop applications. I know, like, I would use C for everything. Like, if it was a choice, C or C++, I would use C for everything. I haven't been wanting to learn competitive programming for so long. I haven't been wanting... Okay. But I don't want to disappoint you, but there are not much... Like, obviously there are a lot of to learn, but it's not like a whole new world, you know? It's like, cool, great, interesting, pretty fun. That's it. I literally did the whole typing thing because of competitive programming. I don't quite get it. Like, I'm doing it for the sport of it. Okay. So you're gonna be like Code Forces, right? Or how is it called? Code Forces. Gonna participate, right? Top rated. Tourist. What a crazy man. Gennady Kartakevich. Like, I saw a post on the Reddit where there was a chart how much ELO LLM gets on Code Forces. And there was like, it was like chart something like that, and there was 99 percentile. It was like, I don't know, 2000 ELO, and there was him with 3,849 ELO. He has like such a huge gap from the 99th percentile. It's just insane. Code Forces, yes, of course it's Russian. It's not Russian, it's Belarus. Recently I have been watching her and loving her streams as well. Tourist has been on Code Forces for so long, to be honest, he's insane. Yeah, but he's not Russian. Like, it wouldn't be fair, it's the same as say that I'm Russian. And I'm not. Okay, I'm interested in other people. He don't have the real name, right? Jiangli, China. Also China. Why don't have they real names? Samoa? I don't know where is it. Okay, some island. Whoa, 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 what a place. I'm quite curious. How can I open maps? Some more. Can I get the surface area? Tourist has been on Code Forces. Okay, you are Pakistani. How do you know it's a he? You mean those? Okay, it's better to say they, right? They. Like there is no such concept like as natural pronunciation, right? In Russian or Ukrainian. So I just can't immediately recall that you can do that in English and can't often say he instead of they. Now the pronounce for that profile is me alive. Is it written somewhere? Or you're just kidding? I'm joking. Yeah, I see. No, I mean, I understood it's a joke, but I saw it's like a joke from him, so it is written in his profile, but never mind. How can I get the surface area? Okay, honestly, I'm no longer interested in it, to be honest. Where are the cities? Is there a city? A big one. Okay, here we go. Can I just look for the best of the best images? The fact that the guy is from here and one of the top competitive programmers in the world, goddamn, they are mostly on the edge, I guess. Yeah, it could be. Maybe it's just a joke, you know? Like... By the way, how cool that I'm playing Minecraft on this stream. I guess at this point it's just chatting. Why am I doing that? Right? How do I change it? Just skating? What the hell? Where is Code Forces? Have I closed it? Like, see, there is no real name. It could be anyone from any country. 14 years ago, last visit. That means it's not a language nor a country any issue. It's a skill issue. It always was. You can joke on Code Forces because a ton of these companies and can pick people from there, so you have to be serious about it. Bro, it's like, what? I can joke at any point of my life, at any moment, in any place, in joke, like everywhere. Like, being too serious, I don't know, what's the point? Like, I don't know. Okay, company gonna look my profile, and so what? I would want to work at a company which will see the joke and will think like, whoa, he's not only a great programmer, but he also a great person, and will just much more willing to hire me, you know? That's the company I would like to work in. You didn't know? I mean, these people? What if the company has a person from there and thinks of it as a racist? Oh, you mean that? I don't know, like, who cares? Is it racist? I don't think so. Why would they do? Like, I don't care what they do, like, really. Is it racist? It's not. Like, really, it's not. Why is that? Explain, like, I see, maybe I'm wrong, but I see absolutely no reason why would it be racist. People are sensitive as fuck these days. We have already discussed that, you know that, right? Yeah, but it doesn't mean I have to play for them, you know? Like, yeah, like, okay, also, I don't like generalization. Like, there are a lot of people who are sensitive as fuck, as you said, yeah. But it doesn't mean all of them that way. Plus, if you're gonna adapt for those sensitive people, it's also gonna be the only people you'll work with. Like, if you don't like such kind of people, don't play for them. They're gonna be the only people you'll work with. Like, be yourself. The only way to work with people you like is to be the person you like. To act the way you don't like means to be with people you don't like. I'm talking about companies. Companies are different than people. But there are great companies. Like, it's... Okay, I mean, I would say it's probably much better situation with companies than with people, right? You just drastically reduce your chances, yeah. But there are still a lot of chances first. And second, if I would know that there are no company in which I can be myself, I would just make my own company. Like, I don't know, it feels like more like a principle. I see, it feels absolutely wrong to do that. Like, I'm just gonna straight line to myself. I'm not gonna be myself anymore. I know what I like, what my principles are, what I think is right, and I'm just gonna abandon it, which feels just completely wrong. If it was like the trust in the world would have been so much more easier, but the world isn't. They don't want to be flexible. Bro, I don't know. Like, it's not like you're wrong, it's like you're way too pessimistic. That's what I want to say. Like, you're not wrong, but that doesn't mean it's the end. Like, there are so many ways to work around it. I'm not saying it's the end. Yeah, but it sounds that way. Like, it sounds like it's gonna be so bad you have no other choice but to play for them. Like, I'm not sure, there should be a better phrase than play for them. I don't know how we're gonna say it in English. Like, you have to adapt in this situation, you have to become a part of it, you know? And it's not, you don't have to. Because, like, maybe you're not saying that, but it sounds like you're saying that it's gonna be so bad, you're better just adapt. And because of that, you can't joke, because other way it's gonna be bad for you. Like, obviously, you're gonna lose some comments, like, Is it Roy Lee? He's Roy Lee. He... Like this fella.
What people
Roy Lee, yeah.
how people
Which created like the cheating program to cheat on interviews. I hope you know that. Is a showcase. He deleted his video, so I can't really.
Human.
Yeah, there's not gonna be. Basically, he created. Yeah, I'm not saying. I'm saying that most of these competitive programmers that are on top, they want to be on the look to be getting hired, maybe or noticed by big company. How do you know? Companies like Google and others have so many things. It sucks, to be honest. Yeah, but don't work at companies that suck. But you get what I mean. Like I don't know. If he's top rated, doesn't mean he don't want to be funny. That's the point I'm saying. Like, yeah, but some people fantasy the idea of fans so much, to be honest. Okay, but how do you know he does it? It sucks. I mean, it's not that bad. Like, I've been fantasying fan ideas too. Like, there's nothing bad about it. They'll just get it later. I'm giving you a general example. Okay, I see. But generalization is bad. Like general example, yeah, but how can you say that he is this way? Oh, you can't. By the way, what is this nickname? JQDAI 0815. GKDI? GKDA? Giantly. Okay, that's not that bad. Or is that the by the way, why they are all anonymous? Like, why there is no pictures, no names, nothing? Are programmers like that how's it called? Sociophobic? They're like that, okay. Yeah, I guess, it's like, I guess it's like a survivor bias. They probably, like, because of how sociophobic they are, they just have a lot of free time sitting alone in the home, and they can spend a lot of this time sitting and grinding code force problems. Some people like to keep their identity hide, and some don't. Depends person to person, yeah. But Taurus is not this way. By the way, I don't know, like this nickname tourist, it's like, I could come up with something better. BenQ, okay, just an advertisement. United States, okay. Oh, I skipped, by the way. Whenever I hear competitive programming, it's either I want to do it for fun or I want to get good competitive programming so that I can get through technical interviews easily. You know that competitive programming is not programming. Like, the real world programming has nothing to do with competitive programming. Like, absolutely nothing. Russia. Ormlis. Rom Fedor. His name is Roma, I'm pretty sure. Or Fedor. Those are like two Slavic names. Okay, it's the one I'm watching. Yes, there are just no people. Oh? Warszawa, Poland. Like, look at this sweet guy. Like, he's such a nice guy. He looks like so happy. Like, okay, not so happy, but I don't know. Just he looks good. When you're really good at competitive programming, you're good at solving these technical or lead code problems. But what's the reason to solve them? You're talking about projects, that's a different aspect. But that's the main aspect of programming. The general requirement for companies that says that these days is for you to pass the technical interview. Okay, would you want to work in a company that that tests you on something you would not work with? Like, companies that don't understand what they are doing, so they ask you to solve something that you will never do on their job, on the job. Top contributors, cry. But now you're talking as if the majority of the companies don't go through it. So in case you need a job, you're going to wait for the companies to adopt your style? Just a generic question. I will work in the niche. I would find companies that have good enough selection criteria, and if there are gonna be no such companies, I would quickly look for the temporary solution, and after that I will just create my own company, which will have better working environment. Well, see, but that's not what the public thinks. But who cares? Like, fuck being normal, okay? That's not what public thinks, but who fucking cares? Like, really? There's preferences, right? For example, me and you are willing to do this, for example. Okay. I mean, Sudo, love me, baby. How? Oh, you said you love to watch her. But not everyone wants to. Yeah, but why would I care what other wants? Like, not general, like, if my ideas is not aligned with other people, why should I worry about that? Like, if I'm sure that my ideas are based on something logical. They will pass a technical interview and want to be in Google, Netflix, etc. Good for them. Like, I honestly glad that if they are okay with that, I see nothing wrong with that, but I'm not okay with that. Like, we are talking about generic people, you're dumbass. Why, like, I'm not talking about generic people, I'm talking, like, from the logical point of view. Like, there are a lot of things average person doesn't mean you have to do that. Doesn't mean you have to accept it as a normal thing.
Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to answer questions which were asked or if I will ever make some assembly macros or something like that. But I was of course interested in it, but not the priority. And yeah, I will probably stay with C++. Hi guys, it's been a while and today I'm going to related to the scene, everything if you want, the shaders. And here we have text
That's cool.
beautifully.
Like, she's cool.
Hi guys, I'm back with engine and the intro for the engine.
I'm curious if I sound the same way. Like, you can clearly hear her accent, and I'm just curious if people just hear me the same way. But yeah, she's cute. Like, I don't know, doing such things is just cool. It's cool.
Being uploaded when the level is.
It's cool. If you start going logically, brother, you're going to see there are so many things that are wrong with the world. Yeah, but... And so what? Like... I don't know. Like... No, accent isn't as much, to be honest. Seriously? That's great to hear. Like... I don't know. There is a big question of purpose of my life that I often have in my head. Like, that's a question I often ask myself. And like, have an influence on the world, been able to make it a better place seems like the thing that resonates with me the most, you know? Like, if world is wrong, that means it could be better. It doesn't mean you have to adapt to it. See, you're right about not adapting and waiting to do things in according to yours. When I started the argument, I wasn't talking about me or you. I'm talking about the general public and how they approach problems. The reason why technical interviews are being still done is because the general developer doesn't understand that this shouldn't be the way, but they still go for it because of many reasons. That reason can be financially, that can be desperate to prove something, yeah. Yeah, I guess my bad. Some people... I can find that message. Okay, yeah, makes sense. The way we think is different. Yeah, like, sorry, I just didn't realize you were talking about general, okay? Like average person. Of course, that's why I am here talking to you about embedded systems and you're curious about you question things. Not everyone does. They just look at it and go through. I don't know. I guess I'm just interested in other things. Like, I may be wrong, but it just feels like ain't no way you can't be curious about and you can't be not... What's the antonym for curious? You can be not curious for anything. Like, I guess you understand. No, not everyone have a sense of awareness. Not a sense of awareness, but like there should be some craving for knowledge, isn't it? I guess that's like the thing that made us the like top species in the world. I'll check it later. Trust me, you would be surprised to find so many people that are like that. Oh hell no. Like, okay. I mean, there are a lot of... I know, it's so hard to discuss such things because it's so hard to look at other people objectively. Like, from subjective point of view, I would say that since you say they are like... I feel like them so much because it's just really hard for me to find people with which I would like want to hang out 24/7. Like, I don't know, it's just so hard to find people I would want to be with. But on the other hand, I don't think that's the reason because they are not interested in something. I would probably say they're just interested in other things, and because I'm not interested in them, I just can't notice that. Come to Discord, I'll tell you one thing and then me come back to chat. Okay, I'll go to Discord, but it's already late. I also have to write a diary or read a book and post a photo, so I guess we'll talk and I'll end the stream. Let's fucking go! Hello, hello! Hi. Oh. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, bro. Why?
Oh, that was terrible. You sound like a robot. Like, it was okay at the beginning, but now you sound like a robot. My mic is tripping.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
All right. I'm not gonna touch the microphone because my mic is tripping. Anyways,
Yeah.
I was saying that like you don't have to live like others, yeah, but the point is that like you said that everyone has crave for knowledge. Have you seen how many people want to learn like just programming and stuff, but they don't?
I'm sorry to tell that, but I lose every third or fourth word you say because of how robotized your voice is.
What?
Your voice sounds like it's so glitched. I lose every third or fourth word.
Give me a sec. Is it better?
I guess.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I think it's Wayland. It's causing issues. NVIDIA graphics, I hate him.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah,
it
so I
was
was
never great
yeah.
on Linux.
Yeah. The thing is like for example for me, right? I want to learn about embedded systems, so I discussed it with you. You want a question? No, yeah, you're right that people have different interests, or people that even talk about the fact that they have interest in technology. They not everyone have a sense of awareness, you know? Not everyone wants to go in depth about discovering themselves.
Yeah,
That's why
but
we have like
I'm not
variety of people.
like I'm like I understand that, but I quite don't see where you're going with that.
What I'm saying is that you said that why is no one craves for knowledge, right? I just don't believe the fact that no, people do, but not on the same level as everyone else. There's like
Mm.
levels to it, you know? Like for example, for you, you wanted to discover keyboards, you wanted to work with embedded systems or anything, right? For it to take a bunch of. So have you noticed people that there are some people that just like, nah, I'm chilling. I literally saw a stream yesterday or the day before yesterday, and the guy was so chased like, nah, I just want to live this way. I'm like, why? He's like, because I like it that way. You get what I mean? Not everyone wants to just keep working and try to gain knowledge. They're okay with the knowledge they have, and that's the issue. Like
It's
if
just,
you try to
okay.
debate, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So I know it sounds reasonable, but I'm not sure how can you prove it. Like not you exactly. I mean generally. Uh,
See, okay.
what if you can just
Okay,
you can just see what they are craving for? Like if they're really craving for knowledge, but because it's so unrelated to things you are interested in, you just can't spot
no.
them.
Even I'm not talking about that way. I'm talking about like generic, and it can be even about their things, but they're not. Not everyone wants to go in depth. Not everyone is obsessed. You get what I mean? Like, let's say, take an example of musicians. Why does not everyone becomes a musician? Because not everyone is willing to practice and be consistent. They just want to chill at times, right? Even the people that say that it's one of their biggest dreams, but they don't put in the work because the idea of obsession is not applicable to everyone. It's a really rare thing I notice these days. When you like when you're genuinely obsessed with something, you would do anything for it, right? It can be of any interest. Like let's say if you let's say you wanna become a
Okay.
artist, yeah.
Sorry. Let's define an obsession.
Yeah. So what?
Let's define an obsession. Like
Yeah,
I
define
just don't
obsession.
think
Like,
it
yeah.
sounds like from your words it sounds like it's something you just have, but I believe it's something that burns in the process.
No, it's like for example, when you start discovering things, right? When you're a teenage, you look at things, you're like, okay, I didn't like this, okay, I tried this, I thought that, and then you just settle on something, right? We're like, okay, I want to go into depth into this because I keep like loving it more every day. So when it comes to us, let's say you're starting to work with keyboards, right? But you're like, my actual passion is that I want to become an artist. But you know that artists don't pay a lot of money. Just example, yeah? But if you genuinely were interested in you said yourself like you would find a way to find a company that aligns with your culture, right? With your way of thinking.
Yep.
The same goes for like anything, but people are mostly willing to settle for less. That's the problem.
But that's like,
Like not everyone wants to like go in through, you could say, the hassles. Me and you hate the idea of technical interviews because they're not at all related. Yeah, maybe we use sometimes algorithms to scale problems, but other than that, we don't, you know?
I
And projects are the most realistic objective, but the same goes for people. They don't care.
like I can be wrong, but I believe that it's not because they don't want it. Like they genuinely want it. They just struggle with it, and that's it. Like obviously, what Emma saying is great. Like if there's a company I don't like, if I think the interviewing process is just ridiculous, I'm just gonna find a company which I think more aligned with my ideas. But the problem is if imagine like I still have such ideas, right? But I'm scrolling
Yeah.
TikTok 24/7. Like ain't no way I'm gonna achieve it, right?
See that.
But the point is
No,
that
see,
I'm
that's
still
the
craving for
that's
that.
the thing, right?
But I'm still craving for
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
So
but
it's not the obsession. It's
you
more
are
it's a
craving for it.
discipline.
Yeah, but it's no, see, but with discipline, if you're not obsessed with something, what are you going to be disciplined about? Right? It doesn't has to be obsession. I'm talking about the people that are the odd ones out because these are the people that will achieve something you could say big in their life.
I
Yeah.
I mean
Like if you become so, yeah,
I think like if I understand correctly, it sounds like you say that not all people think the same way. Like they are ready for bare minimum. They don't will to
no, they love the idea of achieving things, but not everyone is willing to go through the discipline to get there. And with discipline, also there's some sort of obsession you need with something at least, whether that's anything. Whether that's just prove even though you can hate the thing, to take a look at David Goggins or maybe like the other kind. They don't like the things they do. Not everyone loves going to the gym, but they know they're what like for example, take gym, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to go to a gym every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you
Mm-hmm.
do because you're obsessed or you want to achieve the idea of having a good body, yeah?
Uh,
And you know the only way
actually,
is through what? Through gym, or maybe working out, or maybe going for a walk, or maybe just whatever ways it is best fit for you, right? Even though it's something you might hate, but you still do it. You don't wake up thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna love going to the gym every day." I'm just giving you an example. Some people love doing it, some people don't, but they still do it. So as you
yep.
said, discipline lacking, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have discipline, you're gonna have a hard time either way. It doesn't matter how obsessed you are with anything.
Yeah, that's what that's what I was leading to. Like you said that some people just don't have that obsession, but I believe every person have obsession with something. They just struggle
Yeah.
with following that obsession. That's
Yeah,
it.
but that's where the logical aspect comes. For example, take a look at the technical interview part, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you think logically it doesn't make sense to take technical interviews, maybe one question and then you ask two, three questions in a project. Why did you do this? And why did you use that way to solve
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
this? Why don't you use that? Which makes sense because it's directly related
Yes,
to
that's actually I
how
would say
projects work in
great
real.
interview. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But like a lot of people, they are scared, you know, of like being behind, being like not able to find a company. So not everyone is willing to stay back. So it will influence the companies that, oh, developers are not giving interviews because we're just taking technical interviews, right? So we should maybe change something about it, but people still keep doing it because they're down bad financially or maybe they have a reason. Anything. It could be a lot of reasons.
Okay, let me think about it. Like everything you say is obviously true, but like I don't
Yeah.
know what it adds to the context. Like okay, general person is that way, but I don't know. Like
We are
so
talking
there is
about
there is
general populace that does affects the way we go towards life. For
okay.
example, if the generic developers did not accept technical interviews, would you be giving technical interviews right now?
Can you repeat, please? If they not accept
Like let's say the general populace of developers did not give interviews to companies that
Mhm.
are technical
Mhm.
and were just going to companies that were purely based on projects.
Mhm.
don't you think the companies would be thinking about changing their criteria?
They would.
Yeah, and then in the end, who would benefit?
We
The
are.
the employee, we, right?
Yeah.
Your idea was to go into companies that will give you
Yeah,
project-based interviews.
you
That
motivate
means that if
motivate the whole
generic
system to change in a better way.
exactly, but not every. I'm saying that you think that way and you're willing to take action for it because you know that that's not the right way, but not everyone is willing to.
Okay,
You get what I mean?
I listen. It's just I know it's such a complicated topic. Like I I totally understand what you're saying, and I like genuinely agree with it. But there is something wrong in
Yeah.
categorizing it's like we and they. You know, like I'm feeling like
No,
it's
no,
not because
look,
they
I'm not
can't.
talking about,
It's because
I'm not talking about, I'm not saying that we are different. We are also, we're lacking, bro. Like, I'm lagging consistently.
yeah, that's
I
the
don't
point.
have
Like
discipline every day,
it's just like
right?
they like what I'm describing. It's something that I believe every single person would prefer. Like if you ask, would you want to work in a company that values you or the company that don't value you? Obviously, everyone will say
Yes,
the one that
but
values it.
having a preference and willing to take an action are two different things.
Yeah, but they
Everyone
can
have a
like
preference of having that thing, right? But not everyone has the ability to do it, which means their reason could be, bro, I cannot do it because financially I'm dependent on this company and I cannot take that action. I'm sorry,
yeah,
right?
but that's all
Or it
right.
could be I have a family. I cannot do that because if I lose this job, who am I going to? And if I go into this niche of trying to find a company that's going to interview me only project based, then I'm not going to find a lot. So some people are optimistic, some people are not, right? So it depends. Like for me, I would prefer a company that values me for me, and it's just the same generic. But like if I wanted to go into Google,
Yep.
they're gonna take technical interviews regardless. They don't care about me. You
Mm-hmm.
get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, even though I can, what action can I take? Either go into Google by becoming a really good competitive programmer, or just give technical interviews easily, or take the action by not going to Google and going into a company that appreciates me for me. You understand? But not everyone's like willing to do that. That's what I'm saying. It's not that they
But
don't want to, it's
it's
because they want to, but they have reasons, financial reasons, family.
yeah, but that's the point. They like it's not
Yeah.
bad. They just in different circumstances, right? And I know
Yeah,
it's just like you wrote in the chat. Not everyone have a sense of awareness, and it feels like a bit on of assault. You know, like we are better than them. That's like how I interpret that.
No, we're not better than them. Awareness, a sense of awareness is because a lot of people are not willing to indulge into them. Like nowadays, I've seen this as an issue. Like when you have a debate with someone, right?
Yep.
They take it more like as like they would create contextual lies just to prove their point
But not everyone
because
does.
they're not willing to hear the you have you debated and with people?
Yeah, I
have
mean
debated with so
it
many
happens.
people.
It
Like
happens quite
every
often. I
time
agree,
debate
but
with them, I have debated with people from Europe, from North America, South America, Asia. Every time I debate with them, there is someone at least 1 in 4, 1 in 3
Mhm.
that they go just like trying to create. Like for example, if I tell you right now that you're wrong and there is a demographic for it, but I'm not gonna show you, but I do have it. So how is that evidence, right?
yeah, doesn't make sense,
Because
right?
so many people don't like being proved wrong. They just want to prove themselves right, and that's not the case about debates. Yeah.
I'm just okay.
So
Like you're that's true, but I've struggled to relate it to the previous topic. Like, okay, that's true, but they're just circumstances in which
no, I
they
think
have
that
been
was
grown
the
up.
interpretation was different from your side, and my interpretation was different, which could come off like as wrong. Like
Yeah.
I'm not saying that we're in any way different. I'm saying that the approaches are different.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not saying we go out and we are like, oh no, we are the unique ones. The only people that are unique are the ones that have already achieved something. Yeah.
Mhm,
Like for
mhm.
example, if you created a game that just sold so much, you're in the 1% because you created a game that sold so much. That's it. You are not any different, but you took actions that took you towards that pathway. Yeah. It
Mhm,
goes for
mhm.
everything. If I want to do embedded systems, I'm not gonna do by looking at PCBs online and images on Google.
Yeah, true.
I have to take action, as you said, right? You have to find a problem. I'm just having a structure to help me solve that problem. That's it. So I'm saying that in order to go towards something, you have to take an action, right?
Mhm,
But like for
mhm.
example, like you told me that Windows managers are better, right?
Yep.
Because they make you feel productive. But I didn't agree with that because for my case, I feel like desktop environment is better because I get so lost in customization and everything, and I get obsessed with that, which takes my attention from the right problem, right? It's like I learned about it, I know it benefits me, but I know where I struggle. And once I've gained enough skills in programming, I'll definitely switch to Windows Manager because then I can tinker, and knowing that I have a skill, I would feel safe. Do you understand what I mean?
So you basically just don't use it because it's a distraction for you.
Yeah, it's a distraction for me. And I tried. Like for the past 3 days I tried learning Java, but I was like, no, I have to learn Polybar. I have to learn Waybar. And like you guess
But
what?
isn't
I
like
spent
isn't like it's a problem of
9
discipline? Like what? Just
Th-
place
see, but
place
it's
place
a problem
instead
of discipline, but I have also like physical, like
yeah,
you could
capacity.
say I'm
Mhm.
physically different, yeah?
Yeah,
Like ADHD, it's physically different from other people. So it causes me to even be messed up a lot more. You know, I'm not saying that it's an excuse. I'm saying that I have to first find my discipline so that I can handle it. You get what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
Absolutely
saying
valid.
that it's like the Windows manager's fault for making me feel this way. I'm saying it's my fault that I
Yeah,
cannot
it just not
balance it
not
out.
works for you. I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And as soon as I find some level of discipline where I'm able to learn Java, I'm able to learn my everything, and I can like, I'm like, okay, I can go into it, and I know that I can handle it, then of course it's beneficial. Like I could literally change between workspaces like it's nothing,
Yeah,
you know?
that's such a cool scene.
Yeah. You're still gonna hate me for using desktop environment, huh?
I don't hate anyone, man. Like I don't know, hate is such a ridiculous thing. Why would you hate anyone? It's just.
Then I'm just playing with you. I'm bullying you. Let me bully you.
So you're a hater, am I right?
You're flexing that, huh? Oh, really?
Okay, see.
No, I love it. I think I'm gonna change to it like in 4 to 6 months, but for I know everything about it now. Yeah. I've done so much into it that I know like almost everything about i3. Binds, I've added my own custom startup applications, creating my own polybar and like working with how to customize displays and widgets and all that stuff. Like I know about it.
But
But
I'm kind of
I
curious. It's
know
like it's not like there are so many to upgrade. Like at some point, you will feel like you pretty much reach the end. Like it's not gonna be better than now.
yeah, but is it worth it if I take a week of learning it?
I don't know. Like if you'll have the maximum productivity setup, why not?
So you believe you believe it's worth it, yeah?
Uh,
If you have the
I feel.
maximum product, like for example, like take a look, yeah? I have 2 monitors, right?
Yep.
It benefits me way more. Like for example, I have on my workspace 2 on the left monitor, I have my email, right? And my Spotify. And on third, I always have Discord on, right? But now when I'm switching, I have to click on the application. When there, I would just like click, you know, Windows key and 3.
Yep.
That's it. Which is much more faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's benefit in.
So so
for-
you're saying that it's worth it to spend time even though you're not studying a lot, but as soon as you're done, you'll feel like the end is here and you'll start studying.
I guess so. Like it feels like it would work for me.
Okay, then I'll go your way.
Can you repeat?
Yeah, I'll try it, you know. I'll try
No,
I'll
no,
try
no,
it your
like
way.
that's
See if it
that's what
works.
I was afraid of. Like that's like
Yeah,
I
let's
think
try
it should
it.
work that way, but okay, it's up to you to try it or
I
not.
I
I take
I
absolutely
already
no
tried it, you know.
take absolutely no responsibilities for you trying the things I say. Like I can
No,
say
I'm
absolutely
not telling
garbage,
you.
but
You're not my dad.
okay. I
Yeah,
can
don't
relate
worry.
to that feeling of like wanting to tweak all those configs to like make it the perfect setup, but the point is you can't tweak them all the time. Like at some point you will feel like, okay, I tweaked fucking everything and there is just no more to do, so I guess I'll
Yeah,
have to do
exactly.
anything
That's
else.
the thing. That's what I was thinking about. Like I was almost in like 2 3 days in, so I think I'll tweak it till like Friday, Saturday, and let's see what happens.
Okay.
I'll show you my rice setup afterwards.
Post it on Reddit. By the way, like I don't know,
Yep.
I had such a simple setup. Have I shown you?
Yeah, see, this is what I was thinking. I was like, should I just use the simple i3 or no, just I shouldn't. Because like it's beneficial anyways. It's not like rising is going to add any benefit to me.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah, yeah, yeah,
aesthetics,
yeah.
yeah.
Like hotkeys is something you need. Colorful borders is not like what you will benefit from.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. For example, when it comes to the Webar, right?
Mhm.
Nothing benefits it. Like I'm just looking at like okay, maybe it looks aesthetically better, but it's still gonna show me the time the same way as the other one, or the deadline, or like my application are still there. You know, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I, I'm pretty sure I have showed you that.
Yeah, I'm looking
I,
at
I
it.
sh-
Yeah,
Oh, you saw that, right? Yeah.
you know, I'm
So
looking
it's
at it. Yeah. See, like that's the thing. Do you think Arch Linux is worth it? I don't know if it's worth it actually.
Arch Linux. Use NixOS, like really. Like
What?
NixOS.
No, no. Let's leave NixOS out because like embedded system, right? For
But
example, let's take
there is
embedded
no
system.
problem.
Embedded system is the most used on Ubuntu. Yeah,
Bro,
the
it's all
most
it's all
used
Linux.
because
Like, what's the problem? It's not
no,
gonna
no.
make any
I'm gonna
difference to
tell you
embedded
why.
systems.
The latest stable drivers and everything comes to Ubuntu first. Yeah, and then after that it comes to like
No,
Fedora,
it's
and
always
then like
NixOS first because it's community-driven packages. And if there is like
yeah,
if there is
exactly.
if there is there
Because
is
so many people use Ubuntu for let's say like programming embedded systems that the embedded developers always bring the updates first for Ubuntu, you could say.
no.
Ubuntu and Mint or Debian-based programs.
Okay,
Sorry, distros.
okay, but like NixOS is community-driven. So basically, if someone on NixOS uses this package, he will update it. Like most likely, how
Yeah,
it
but
most
like
likely was.
depending
And
on a person and a developer is a totally different thing. Yeah.
okay, there is another
Like for
reason.
example,
Okay, yeah, but
yeah.
the point is the nature of Nix is that you don't rely on a single repository of some developers. So it basically comes from the GitHub. So it's all declarative. You can just make your flake, which will just take the repository, build it, and automatically install it as your package. So there are a lot of flakes.
Yes, but I'm saying that like for example, if I'm more of a person that like I love exploring that stuff, but like for example, if I'm in a hurry and I need
Okay,
it,
okay,
right?
yeah.
Ubuntu would give me that access in comparison to NixOS or maybe Arch even. Like I love Arch. I love the idea of like using that and just installing it and like
Arch just
customizing
broke
it to
so
the
often.
engine.
It breaks often.
What?
Arch just breaks often.
I
Arch
didn't get it.
Arch has
Broke it?
a tendency to break often.
Yeah, that's the issue. That's why I don't want to. It's a rolling distro.
Yeah, but
It keeps updating. It keeps.
But NixOS
it
has
keeps
like
releasing,
the
right?
best of both. It has the latest packages and it has the best stability.
Yeah, yeah. Like the reason I've seen a lot of developers that are really mature now, right? They say that I loved Arch, but the problem is that I don't want to use it because I have a life.
That's true. Yeah, but
Yeah.
NixOS,
Like I
NixOS,
cannot,
I'm talking about
I
Arch.
cannot.
Like, okay, I can agree, Arch is kinda shitty. Like, it's, I would tolerate that, but
You
it's
really
kinda
want me
shitty.
to use NixOS, huh?
Bro, you just like I don't know, like I just,
Okay, I'll take a look at it. I'll
I,
see.
like
I'll
it's
see.
hard. It feels hard. Like at first, I remember my first time at Nix, and it just feels like unnatural, you know. But the point is,
Yeah.
like at the point you understand it, you just don't want to go back.
Wait, Nix is a shell or what? What's
Yeah,
a package manager?
it's everything. Okay, so Nix is a package manager.
Oh, it's
Nix is a language. It's a
and it's
functional language which is used for package manager, Nix packages, and which is used
okay, got it.
for Nix OS, which is Linux distro.
And it's also a distribution?
Yeah. It's not like a regular distribution which based on something else. It's like a unique distribution which has its own package manager. Its package manager is community driven and it's fully under your control. So if you don't want to be dependent on this global package, you can just remove it and make your package manager. Like put it on your GitHub only
Okay,
flags you
I'll
want
think
and
about
install
it.
that. So it's
I have to first fix my i3 and get a config that will work everywhere.
actually I hate to tell that, but right now I'm thinking about how you told me that how many time you invest in making your setup look good. It's probably gonna be
Yeah.
worse with NixOS. I just wanna pin this out.
Yeah, I know.
Like NixOS is
Alright.
great, but it's something. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you should go and get some sleep. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go ahead and use the washroom before I explode.
Yeah, thank you for coming. It was a really great conversation.
Yeah, man. It was a you too, bro. Take care, man.
Yeah,
Have a good one. Bye bye.
see ya.